Hello, 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 and welcome back to a very, very special United Front podcast. I'm joined today by three absolute mammoths of the United Front. Yeah, Zayn, Ernest, and a new addition actually this week. If you're not watching every week, it's JKT. Welcome on board. It's not his first time on the United Front. Definitely won't be his last. He's going to be a lot more frequent. Frequently part of the podcast and other content generally. So yeah, keep an eye out. Obviously, guys, if you're new here, of course, hit the subscribe button, like the video. If you're not new here, like the video straight away. There's no excuse. Just like it right now. It's free. Don't cost nothing. Don't take no time. Yeah. Like the video. Guys, we've got so much to get into today. 3 wins on the trot. Yeah. Back to back. Yeah. Zayn, how are we feeling? Talk to me, man.
Bro, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Very, very good. Before we get into it, guys, just like Mr. Cowley said, please smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. Helps us out massively. But listen, let's get into it, man. I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling amazing. I'm not even here for the whole I told you so's and I've been saying this. I don't need to say that. People who watch the channel, they see the videos. They see you, man. They know the stance. It's all right. I'm just enjoying them, man. What was that? 5 in the last 7? We're out here, man. We're shining, bro. We're shining. 3. I can't even get back-to-back wins. Shut up, man. You got 3 now. Come on, man. Oh, 2 guys. I can't lie, man. It's been a dream. It's been a dream.
It's not just 3 either. It's 3. It's Anfield away, right? Obviously, it's Sunderland at home, who clearly have seen being a tricky fixture for a lot of teams. Being Sunderland at home isn't for everyone. Just ask Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? And now we've also beat Brighton, who have been our bogey team. They've won 6 of the last 7 Premier League games before this game, and we beat them. JKT, you must be absolutely full of confidence.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's been a long time since we've had this, so it feels good. It feels like something's building now. It doesn't feel like just a fluky 2 back-to-back wins or fluky 3. It feels like something's happening here. New signings are settling in well. It feels positive. It's a positive week, or last few weeks have been positive around United, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously last week I couldn't contain my happiness. Obviously winning away at Anfield was just unreal, right? I'm still happy about that, even though we had a win in between. I remember after that win, I was told to contain my happiness because the next week we're going to go on and lose to Brighton. So that person actually said that was Ernst. So Ernst, how are we feeling? Big win against Brighton. How are you feeling, man?
That was the guy in the chat. But you know what I mean? After 7 months of losing, it's nice to finally win a few games in a row. Obviously, beating Brighton, big one to knock off. I watched us lose to Brighton so many times at Old Trafford. So, yeah, I mean, Bremo's scoring. The boys are cooking. It's a good run of form for the moment, yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic, man. And you know what? That's a good point to pick out. Bryan Mbeumo. How good is Bryan Mbeumo? Like, you know what? Shout out Sarah, who was on the Brentford fan that was on the podcast, the Queen Bee. She was on there and she was telling me, right? You don't understand how good Bryan Mbeumo is, and just you wait, right? He's going to be a fan favorite. And wasn't she right? He's got already, I think, 5 or 6 goal involvements in the first 9 games in the Premier League. Unbelievable. He's hit the ground running straight away. Masterstroke. It looks like an unbelievable signing. Obviously, Zayn, you were at the game. The Old Trafford atmosphere. I know, like, this is something for match-going fans, especially, right? For the past couple of years, it's been absolutely dry. Zayn, you've been there a million times with me. It's been so flat at Old Trafford. I heard that it changed a little bit on Saturday. Talk to me.
Bro, you don't understand, yeah. You know what? It was actually Anthony Taylor's doing. Because he was being such a scumbag, the little scouse piece of shit, man. The guy, you don't understand, the crowd were getting so rattled from this guy. And the thing is, when we felt like we were being, hard done by, the crowd were getting even more vexed and the team were thriving off it because they weren't, you know what I mean? They like, you don't understand, I can't describe how the atmosphere just switched up. It was just so many quick, like a series of decisions made by the ref that completely just like got the crowd riled up like mad, and the team were feeding off it. And then that's when we went and scored the first goal. And the second we scored that first goal, that stadium erupted. because it was like not only we're 1-0 up and everyone's happy, but we're also now 1-0 up, and it's always a big middle finger to the ref as well. At the same time, it's like, yeah, you're trying to cheat us out this game and we still scoring on this, and after that, bro, it was just take off. It literally just took off after that. Out, bro, I'm not gonna lie, my voice was gone. I was singing the whole time. And man, we've been stood there so many times. How many times have we just been stood there tense as hell, man? Just not even enjoying it because you're so shook. It was not like that at all, man. The crowd were on a mad one. Away fans were pissed. The away fans were so vexed as well, man. It was a great experience, man.
And just to pick up on that, right? Obviously, it was for 75 minutes of the game. United were 3-0 up, cruising. Looks like it could have been 4 or 5. We were very dominant. It wasn't even just that we won. I want to make it very clear. We were dominant against Brighton. And that's something we haven't done in a very long time, right? We won against them. Even, the Ten Hag, I think in his last season or his first season, one of them, he beat them towards the end of the season. It was a dead rubber. No one really cared, right? We didn't play that great. If you remember watching that game, we got played off the park. Every single time we played Brighton, they look like 2012 Barcelona. For some reason, every time. And there's been different managers that it's happened under as well. It's just always been the case. There was also a period in that game, which, Ernest, I'll come to you for this. We went, we conceded that goal to Danny Welbeck, that free kick, unbelievable free kick. And then they looked like they smelled blood and they started pushing. They get the second. But then United go on and get the fourth. And it's something we also saw last week at Liverpool, where we thought the trauma would overcome and that these players would crumble and that their mental capacity wasn't able to handle going to go down or getting pulled back like we saw last season so many times. But again, just like last week, they got the goal that they needed to win the game. How does that make you feel knowing that United can score when they need to now?
I mean, it's definitely an improvement from previous years because I think for 70 minutes, that was probably the best game under Amorim we played. I think everyone here would agree. For like that first 70 minutes, it was like unreal. Like, everything was working. The press was causing issues. The players were taking their chances. And then I think this is where, as much as Amorim did a great coaching, this is where I'd have to go on to him. That sort of menu off and on for Casemiro, I think, was a bit arrogant. I think that opened up to a lot of like sort of unwarranted pressure. And then when they did score, it was a bit like, oh, heads were gone. For like 10 minutes, it was just Brighton. They had the momentum. They were pressing. And then obviously they get the second goal. And it's like, I think everyone had their hands, on their head. They were like, nah, surely not, right? I'm not going to do this to us.
But as in like, saying that, sorry, just to pick you up on there. We're 3-0 up at home. If that's not the time to bring on the subs, is there a better time? Is there any?
No,
time?
I think the sub is fine. I don't think Manu should have come on for Casemiro. I feel like that's just that partnership of Bruno and Casemiro is a bit of just a liability. Like you're almost giving them a chance.
Obviously, Ugarte did come on like relatively
Eventually, yes.
Partner up Kobe in that middle. I don't think Amorim does like playing that double pivot of Bruno and
yeah, but he did. You know what I mean? And anyway, I was going to get to the point where we show the resilience, which we never showed before. It's just that when you have players like Mbeumo in your team now that are going to be a threat for 90 minutes, because we used to have when Garnacho was playing for us and stuff, they would sort of tail off as the game went on. And you got someone like Mbeumo who he's going to be a threat every time he's on the pitch. So there's a counter-attack and Mbeumo scores. It's just nice to have that kind of player there who can just score at any moment. And it showed.
And obviously there's been a lot of talk about United's front three, buying a new front three, should have got a midfielder, we got a keeper, I should have got Emi Martinez, whatever, right? There's been a lot of talk about United's transfer window, even after the Athletic put out a thing about how Benjamin Sesko was apparently voted the agent's worst signing of the summer, right?
Crazy.
So JKT, I'll come to you on this one. The front three all were involved on the weekend in the goals. Mbeumo with 2, Cunha with an unbelievable goal, and obviously Sesko had an assist as well in there. What do you think about that front line now and all the obviously narratives and now they're looking like they're being dispelled about our transfer window? How do you feel about them?
It feels good we haven't gone to a so-called lesser club and bought their best players in a long time from the Premier League. So it feels good getting the Cunha and Mbeumo. They didn't need to adapt. So many times we've bought Sancho, Mkhitaryan, going back like players from different leagues and they just can't adapt or the pressure of the club going in and getting them two that we know can do it in the league. They've just got to adapt to the new teammates. It's made such a big difference. And the fact Cunha, until Saturday, obviously hadn't got a goal. You ask any United fan, no one was worried about his performances. You've not had that from an attacking player at United in a long time. If we signed someone and they hadn't scored, it was over. They were playing terrible. But this guy, until Saturday, hadn't scored. But every single game he's played, he's one of our better players. So, and then Sesko, I don't know why. I see at the end, Gary Neville he was the one he kind of pointed out for criticism, which I felt was a bit harsh. He could have scored. He had a chance. I think Mbeumo played him through in the first half. He's got to hit the target there, but walks off the pitch with an assist. 2 goals and 1 assist in the last 3 games. He looks tidy every time I've watched him. I think every United fan's very happy with that front three. It's a big upgrade from what we've had last season and years before. So we've done the right things. Our signings they've been good.
Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna say, not just the front three, obviously, but we've had that absolute rock at the back. Boys, looks like we finally got a keeper on our hands. Yeah, this guy looks serious. Sene Lamons again. It's not even that he's doing anything special. It's just that he's doing the basics well. He's given us that confidence, that assurity. Zayn, you sit with me in the East Stand, right behind that goal, right? How does it feel having a keeper that can finally just do the basics, bruv?
Now, you don't understand. There was this one shot that they took in the game. I can't remember who took the shot, and he had to dive, and it was a good save. You know what I'm saying? It was a good save. He literally went across the hole to the bottom corner, 2 hands on it, pushed the ball out off the pitch. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand how satisfying that was to see. So I was thinking if that was Onana, somehow he would have tapped his hand and rolled under him or something and probably ended up in the back of the net. Or it would have been pushed right back into the 6-yard box for somebody to come and tap it in. Or we're going to be left scrambling. We're going to be panicking in some sense, in some way. But, bro, it's just, like you said, he's not doing nothing special. But he's just doing the basics properly. And, man, it's just so beautiful to watch, man. I'm not even trying to sound like a teenage girl, man, but bro, man, Lenny Simons makes me feel safe, man. I'm telling you, man. He's my provider, bro, and I'm happy with him, man. Pause, but that's my guy, bro.
And bro, just actually, before I just by the way, guys, if you just tuned in, quickly make sure you like that video, and make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Make sure quickly do that. Won't cost you anything. Won't cost you any time. Yeah, make sure you do that. But yeah, just speaking about our signings, and obviously we've got the front three we're happy with. Sene Lamons we're happy with. I'll get into the comments fully when they start to build up. But just a comment there from Branica saying we need to talk about De Ligt. He's going under the radar. He wins so many tackles. Yeah, he just keeps
wins that ball so much.
He just wins that ball back so much. Yeah, Matthijs De Ligt, what a player. And like I said, I want to talk about his performance as well. But just the point I was going to make was, so we got De Ligt we're talking about, Mbeumo, Sesko, Cunha, Yoro.
Bruno. Are you forgetting Bruno?
Hold on.
Dummy. That dummy.
It's not that point I'm making, but kind of you can add to it, right? The point I was going to make.
I'm just too gassed.
The point I was going to make was Yoro. Yeah, even you could say Bruno adds to this point that I'm going to make, but all of these people have been signed by Ineos, right? They've been signed by Jason Wilcox and Omar Barada and Christopher Vival and all of this data-driven, transfer model that we've been trying to build and this transfer structure and this team about. This is now, are we starting to see the fruits of a proper footballing structure at Man United for probably the first time in its history, right? These are all signings, and like I said, you could even include Bruno in that because they decided to not sell him in the summer when everyone was saying you should have, right? They decided to keep him. They gave him they gave him a new contract when they came in as well, and they've also backed Amorim to play him in a midfield spot, which also I wanted to get to as well. Something I think we should talk about is, this Bruno Casemiro midfield that everyone is talking about isn't going to work. It is working. But like, so yeah, going on back to my point is all of these players are players and decisions that Ineos have made. Is it time to start acknowledging Jason Wilcox and Omar Barada? The floor's open.
Well, I don't think anyone's really, well, me personally, after the transfer window, I think we was all pretty happy with the window. I remember us all rating it high, like 8 out of 10, something like that. So I don't think personally Ineos's shortcomings have been in the signings department, if you know what I mean. Like the players they've signed, most of the time we've all been happy with. I mean, they've been under criticism for other things, like off the pitch things, like sacking dinner ladies and stuff like that. So
I think the only reason I'm saying that is just like not necessarily because of like, yeah, we always make good signings, but do we really? Do you know what I mean? Like if we actually think about it, we're always happy as fans with the signings that we make because we always tell ourselves and fool ourselves that it's amazing. When we signed Di Maria, Falcao, all these things, we thought, oh, it's amazing. When we signed, most of the players that we've signed have been good, but they've been signed with no plan, no idea of how they're actually going to play for us, where they're going to play for us. We signed Jadon Sancho when we needed a right winger. You know, he wanted to play on the left. We already had Rashford there. Like, we just signed things with no plan. Right now, I feel like we've got Cunha, who looks like literally was made in a lab to suit this system of playing on the inside of a left. We've got Mbeumo that just looks made to play for Man United. It looks like there's some proper, thought gone into the signing of him. Like JKT mentioned earlier as well, the signings from Premier League clubs is something we haven't done in a very long time. Like very, very long time. I think it's however many years that we haven't signed a player from a Premier League club. And like you said, our success from previous times is built on signing players from Premier League clubs that are doing well. Michael Carrick, Wayne Rooney, Rio Ferdinand, there's Andy Cole, like so many players you can look back throughout United's history that we've gone out, the United's greatest, that we've gone out and signed from other Premier League clubs. Now, like, you know what I mean? I think now we're doing this for the first time in a long time. And generally, yeah, United fans are happy when we make the signings at the end of the transfer window. But in a year or two, we're like, oh, God, why did we sign this person? Like,
no, it definitely feels we're not just going for the sexy names anymore. There's a bit more of like a strategy behind it.
Yeah, and we're a year or two on from players like signing like De Ligt, for example. Players that were like, oh, we probably would have signed 5 years ago. But now we're like, oh, it's actually a good signing. Bro, if you deep it, since Fergie left, Bruno, maybe Zlatan might be the only two good signings that we really actually made since in 12 years, bro. And now I'm just talking about 5 or 6 players that we've signed in the past 2 years that we're sitting here praising, looking like amazing signings. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a big change, I think. If there is going to be some success that these players have, then, do you know what I mean? I think it goes to show that this transfer policy and thinking about what you're signing is actually really, really important. I don't know if I'm getting gas, but...
Obviously, time will tell. Time will tell, but it's a good start from all these players. I don't think anyone can complain so far.
So then, going back to Matthijs de Ligt then, and his performance, and going back to the game against Brighton, how did you feel watching that JKT generally? Not only is our attack look good, but our defense been solid.
Yeah, de Ligt, I've been impressed. Last season, I think he was good last season as well. He played quite a bit out on the right of the back three, which with his not being the quickest, he's better in the centre, but he had a few decent games out on the right last season. But yeah, this year he's been solid. I don't know, I can't remember who it was, if it was Souness or one of the ex-Liverpool people said when we signed him that he was lightweight, which I never understand. He's definitely not a lightweight centre-back. But yeah, he has been solid. That first game of the season, Arsenal dominated Gyökeres, and then just since then, he's just been solid all season. He doesn't get mentioned by any of the mainstream media, just goes under the radar, but I think the United fans acknowledge and appreciate how good he's been, and he's held down that central centre-back position. Yoro looks great on that right-hand side. Shaw's been good, had a few bad games. I think we're all waiting and hoping Martinez comes back and we see the Martinez we saw in the first season under Ten Hag. And then that as a back three, very happy with. But yeah, it's looking good. It is looking good.
And so, you know what? It's just really looking good in loads of different places, not just the team as well. It's looking good, I think, with the team. Obviously, the past 5, 6, 7 games, even now, you can look at them and say, you know what, 5 wins out of 7. amazing. We can't ask for much more than that. You know, where, you know, I was saying before, the XG and all of this stuff, all of these stats, they look good. And people were laughing at them before, yeah, because we were still looking crap or we weren't getting the results, basically, that our performances were telling us we should get. But look who's laughing now, eh? I always said performances breed results, yeah? And the performances are now starting to back up the results, yeah? Where our expected points we're expected to be around 4th in the league table. We're level on points with 4th. We're around 6th, you know. Sounds about right. And not just that, but yeah, I think it's looking good for Ruben Amorim. Probably for the first time since he's come to Manchester United, it's actually looking good for Ruben. So, Zayn, that must make you feel so vindicated. Somebody like you, yeah, who's backed Ruben Amorim, yeah, to the teeth. He's backed him. He's gone on other channels, not just on the United front. He's gone on the United View. Shout out Flex and them, man. Yeah. And he's backed Amorim when all the cards were against him. You must feel so vindicated right now.
Well, you don't understand. Honestly, you don't understand. Bro, I was driving back from Old Trafford the other day. I was chatting to my missus on the phone. She asked, how is the game? How is this? How is this? How is this? Bro, you could hear the joy in my voice. You know what I mean? She could see. And I said to her, "Do you know what it is?" I was like, the best feeling is that I can finally finish a game. I don't have to go and defend him to every single person because that's how I'm defending this manager, not only against rival fans, but to the United fans as well, to my boys from work. Shout out my boy Nick and my other boy Mo. These man, Nick is the biggest Amorim outer ever, bro. Every single day, he's like, this guy needs to go, sending me a different stat every day, and I'm playing defensive every day. Then I got Ernest telling me this guy's washed. I'm like, I hear it, but listen, like I'm making my points every single time. Come on, man, you gotta be patient, you gotta be this. And I was just like, you know what? It's just so refreshing that I get to drive home with a smile from ear to ear, bro. Just listening to football news, listening to the match reactions, just with a smile on my face and peace in my heart, bro. Just calm, just enjoy it, man. It feels amazing, man. It feels amazing.
Obviously, you know, I do want to. I'll get into the comments, but then I do want to come to you, Ernst, and talk to you about, you know, how you're feeling, because not even just to get onto you and take the piss, but you did obviously have quite a strong Amorim out stance earlier on into the season. Obviously, I know that you want United to win regardless of who's in charge in it. You know what I mean? All jokes aside, we all want United to win. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Doesn't, you know what I mean? Whoever makes United win, we want them to carry on. Yeah. And Ruben Amorim wasn't winning. Let's be honest, he wasn't. Yeah. And it took a lot of faith and hope and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I understand why a lot of people didn't have it. I ain't trying to, you know, shit on all the Amorim outers. Not at all. But you're obviously quite a staunch Amorim outer. You know, how do you feel now, seeing this little run of results, seeing the system starting to look good and whatever? And, you know, how are these little runs making you feel? Is it still early, or can man get excited?
Listen, and people can get excited if they want to get excited, but I'm not going to roll out the red carpet because we finally won a few games in a row. You know what I mean? Like, for me, the results was one thing. Another thing was the stubbornness from him. That was what was sort of annoyed me the most, I reckon. And, you know what I mean? Recently, he has been showing a bit more, like, tactical flexibility. He's been shifting the players a bit more, and it's fine. You know what I mean? It looks like he's going in the right direction. But then again, you can't just ignore the 7 months of just nothingness and just losing because we won 3 games in a row. There's good signs there. There's signs he might be able to do something now, but I'm not gonna flip around on the debate just because he's won a few games.
All right, you know what? Before we start responding to that, I feel like Zayn's got something to say. JKT, I also wanted to ask about your stance, but before we do that, I wanted to get into the comments because we've had a few. So just from Malik, I know who that is. Shout you out. Looking strong, boys. Bless, thank you. Branica says, important thing is with Cunha, even if he doesn't score, he makes an impact. I couldn't agree more. He's a proper impact player, and I think nobody was worried about him that he was 007 or whatever. No one cares. We saw what he was doing. We saw what he did at Anfield. That game, that 7th game that he played at Anfield, those things that he did were worth more than goals and assists, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? In certain parts of that game. So Yeah, Cunha, what a player. What a player. I just can't wait to watch more of him. Branica says if Martinez comes back, would Shaw go left wing back? I don't think Shaw's got the legs to do what Amorim wants him to do, to be honest, at left wing back. I think Shaw's barely got the legs to play centre back at all. So
Yeah, it's a problem position for us, to be honest.
it is. I do think we probably need to get another wing back.
For sure.
And maybe, going closer to the Amorim conversation we're having. Branica says still early, so you got another one back in your case there, Ernest. He said Amorim has messed up by Rashford and playing Cunha instead. He's taking it.
This guy is trolling. I read that comment. I was like, get out of here, man. I know this guy is serious.
Oh, you know what? Let's pretend he's not trolling, because I'm sure this stupid narrative will actually appear somewhere in the media. Rashford's been Barcelona's probably best player this season in terms of goals and assists. And if you've been watching him, he's actually been playing really well. Are people is that something to get onto Amorim for?
Nah, man, listen, Rashford, no one's ever doubted the talent.
It's not even that. We watched Rashford in a United shirt for many, many years. So I don't care if he goes and wins the Ballon d'Or at Barcelona, bro. Like, it makes no difference. I still don't want him here because when he was here, he played like shit a lot of the time. And it's not even just in terms of output. Yes, he has season with 30 goals, all that, 6 season. I hear that. But bro, this guy, watching him just walking around the pitch, I will never forgive him for that, man. It's a privilege, bro, to play for Manchester United. And this guy was just wiping the floors. He didn't care, bro. He didn't care.
You know what? I don't even want to even say that, because I actually don't know, innit? Like with Rashford, I do know everything you said was true, Zayn. There was so many times at Old Trafford, he's not getting back on side from, because he's annoyed that the ball didn't come to him. So he's, whatever. Like, that stuff is jarring and it's horrible to see. And as a fan, there's nothing that will piss you off more, especially in the stands.
Disgusting, man. It's disgusting.
I don't know what was going on in his head. I don't know what the state was there. But at the end of the day, it wasn't good enough. And it's probably best that he left for everybody, for Rashford and for us. And bro, I'm happy for him. And I want him to carry on smashing it at Barca. I love Marcus. But, I think it's just time that he left it United and, United left him simply. But yeah, now probably this links back into the conversation that we're just having. So Cowley and Zayn, would you say United is back? Zayn, do you want to take this or shall I?
Well, you know what, man? I think, you know what? You take it. I think we've got a similar stance on it. I want to hear what you have to say on this one.
You know what? It's hard to obviously make judgments, and I've been saying this from the beginning of the season. Even when when people were saying Amorim out, whatever, after 3-4 games, I was saying, look, it's too early to make judgments, right? What I actually said was quite openly on a lot of podcasts was give it 10 games, 10, 15 games, and we'll see if this manager is actually doing something, if he's learning from the league, and if he's actually improving. I think now we're at 9 games. We've got Forest next. I think even if we go and win or lose to Forest, overall, the first 10 games, I think people will be happy with that. We've already won 5 out of the first 10. And in those 5, there have been some big results. And in those 10, we played a lot of teams that are tough. We played, we would have played Forest away. We would have played Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Fulham away. Brentford away, which looks like a very tough fixture at the moment, considering, what happened to Liverpool, what happened to us.
Yeah, we definitely played that game.
We've had some very tough games in there. Anfield as well, not just playing Liverpool, but Liverpool at Anfield. And we've still managed to get 5 wins so far out of 9. We've lost 3, obviously drawn 1. Yeah, I think it's hard to say United are back. If you want to hear that, brother, I feel confident that we're going to do well. Even when we were, not doing very well, I was saying that from what I've seen this season, it looks like there's nothing that I've seen that don't tell me we can't finish in the top 5 this season. So if that classes as United are back, then yeah, I think United are back. And I'm just wanting to say
it was a turning point. I think it was a turning point. I think that Liverpool game. Liverpool game, I feel like it changed a lot. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that Liverpool game, it changed a lot. I think it done wonders for the players. And then to see, even just after the game against Brighton, see like the environment, the atmosphere. You're looking at the videos in the change rooms after the game where you got Mbeumo and when Ahmad dropping it like it's hot, fam. Like, and I'm just like, you know what, bro? These men, they're vibing, bro. Like that spirit is back. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that game at Anfield was such a turning point. And I feel like I'm not gonna lie, I like this. You can clip this if you want, but I'm not gonna lie. I reckon we going to beat Forest on the weekend, and I'm not gonna lie. I fancy this against Tottenham as well. Like I'm not gonna lie. I can see my boy. What's his name?
United
What's his
Strand.
name? Frank. The United Strand. That geezer getting his
Yeah.
haircut. I feel like this is the run, man. I can't lie.
Mate,
It was a
5
turning
wins in a
point in
row,
the
yeah.
Hunter season.
If we managed to get 5 wins in a row, Man United are back, baby. I'm telling you,
Bro,
bro. 5
Amorim
wins
needs to
in a
cut
row.
his hair in the centre circle at Old Trafford.
Bro, 100%. That needs to happen. I think the whole fan base has been waiting for that guy's hair to be cut. Most
He's
eagerly
probably hated on
anticipated
it.
haircut in history, bro.
He's
Honestly,
probably hoping we lose.
more eagerly anticipated haircut than the ones after lockdown. Honestly, this one's big, man. This one is big, bro. Honestly, I just wanted to say as well, yeah, just quickly before I go to JKT, I just wanted to say, bro, like, also, I think it's important to note, like Zayn just said, the victories that we've had in the first 9-10 games, bro, that Anfield one was massive. Like I said, even when we were under Fergie, beating Liverpool at Anfield was no easy thing. We still sing about Forlan and his performances at Anfield and John O'Shea and all these lot from 20 whatever years ago. Yeah. At Old Trafford, we still sing about them until today because beating a Liverpool team at Anfield is no joke. Yeah, it's no joke. On top of that, we've beaten Chelsea at home, which was a very good performance. Again, it's less funny now, but when we played Arsenal, we played really well. And, you know, considering all the teams that I played against them, I heard a stat earlier that Man United have created twice more chances than any other team that played against Arsenal did so far this season, right? So, like, I think we've shown a really good account of ourselves. And yeah, bro, we've had these narratives of like, you know, even you giving it, Ernest, when you said like things like, oh, Brighton's a real big test, you know, when we said that last week on the podcast, that's a real test. We had Liverpool before when everyone was saying, oh, you only won against Sunderland. Now you got Liverpool away. Now it's a big test. You're going to see what happens. We passed the Liverpool test. Then we passed the Brighton test. How many more tests do we need to pass for us to actually start feeling confident? So JKT, I'll come to you. I also want you to like tell me, how do you feel about, like, you know, we haven't probably heard enough about your Amorim feeling. Like, how do you feel about the manager generally? And, you know, what do you think about what I just said in terms of the tests? How many more tests do we need to pass?
Yeah, I've always been on the Amorim inside. I've always backed him, always fought to give him time. I think the only time the Brentford loss was when I first thought, because who was it? We beat Chelsea beforehand, and we had Brentford and Sunderland coming up, and I thought that's your chance to get your wins in, end that back to back, and then we lost to Brentford. That's when I thought this might not work out. It just doesn't seem like he's ever going to get that momentum, but he's brought it back, and Sunderland and then Liverpool and now Brighton. So I think it does seem like we are turning. Yeah, maybe not back, but it seems like we're turning the corner and he's going to get that run going now. I'm pretty confident for the Forest game. And like you said, the way that Liverpool away, how many times we've seen our team crumble there, especially them getting the goal to bring it back to 1-1. And just one thing that I forgot to mention earlier on the attackers, just Mbeumo and Cunha just look like they are Man United players. They don't look, the shirt's not weighing heavy on them. They've come in, the way they both performed at Anfield was like, just give me the shirt, give me the ball, I'll do my thing. Calm. They just look confident. And all the team now, the way they're celebrating, like Zayn said, after the Anfield win, after the Brighton win, it looks like they're all in good spirit. Amorim is being more flexible. Like Ernest said, he was too stubborn. He's now starting to make a few tweaks and it's working out and we're benefiting from it. So I think if he continues, I think, yeah, we can get this run, keep this run going. I think after Tottenham, it is quite a few, the next 5 after Tottenham, there's a few winnable games again. And if we're in this form, this run can hopefully continue. Yeah, we obviously it's not going to continue forever. We will drop points a game, but if they can just bounce back now quickly and not let it affect them and we go on a drop, then. But I feel confident. I feel like we're getting things back.
Yeah, so you just mentioned that run of games after the Tottenham game. So we got Forest away, Tottenham away. Then it's obviously the international break. So that little run of games after the international break, we got Everton at home, Crystal Palace away, West Ham at home, Wolves away, right? And yeah, it doesn't obviously. Then we got Bournemouth at home, and then Villa away, Newcastle at home, where it starts getting a bit more difficult. So we do have a nice little run of fixtures there. You are right, and we definitely could see another. Like, to be honest, looking at the games ahead, like especially with the way we've been playing, obviously we will drop points. Obviously we're going to lose games. We're going to draw games. It's going to be frustrating. We're still a team trying to learn a new system at the end of the day. So, it's hard to say we're back because I know people will clip that up and wait until we lose against some random team and be like, I told you, bro, listen, we're going to lose. We're going to lose games. Name it very clear. We're going to lose games. We're going to look frustrating. We might even look shit at times where it looks like, sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, 1 step back. So that sometimes that's how it is, isn't it? But you, Ernst, I want to ask you specifically because you're the one that still says, you want a little bit more convincing. What would it take? What do you think it would take for this team to convince you that, you know what, we could really, really push for top 4? We can, maybe even title charge in the next 2-3 years or whatever. Like, what do you think Amorim has to do for you to believe that?
With Amorim in charge, you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We'll have to see how it can. He has to continue this run of form until at least January. This kind of form where we're like winning and drawing more than we're losing. Because I feel like for a long time it was a lot of losing and drawing more than we were winning. So until that's sort of a bit more balanced out on this overall score chart, I'm probably still not going to be fully convinced by him. But we'll see how it goes. We've got that good run of games coming up after Tottenham, so we'll see.
Zayn, I see you smiling in the corner. What are you thinking about? Do you think that's harsh, or what do you think?
It's not even that. I'm just starting to question my sanity because you man are saying this. Even you're like, yeah, listen, we're gonna win games. We're gonna lose games. We're gonna drop points. And I'm just like, am I just mad here? Because you know what, slightly, I can see his like. I'm just like, you know what, I actually can't see us dropping points for the next like 7 games. Do you know what
I don't want to say it, but I agree with you, bro.
I was thinking, am I going mad here? Because everyone's saying like, nah. And then you said what you said. I'm like, I ain't think about dropping any points. And then I stayed quiet. And Ernest is there like, yeah, now he's got to keep us up till January. I'm like, January? Okay, what? I'm already thinking. I'm thinking. I'm too into it, man. I'm too invested right now. I'm riding that wave right now. So I'm going with it, man. I'm going with that wave right now, and I'm just like, bro, it's giving me the feeling of, do you remember when Ten Hag had that turning point? We got slapped our first 2 games, and then we went and beat Liverpool, and then we beat Arsenal, and then he just went on a mad thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, we had like a banging run. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's what's about to happen right now. It seems like the players have got it. The one thing I've been looking out for the most is, especially in the recent games, when you've seen Amorim make a lot of changes, the way Mason Mount would, drop deeper into the midfield and then, formulate that sort of like midfield 3. Cunha does the same thing. If the ball goes on the left-hand side, you see Luke Shaw step in. He goes on the right-hand side, you see the lick is right there. They seem like they know what they're doing. Don't get me wrong, we will get caught out on, a long pass randomly or something will happen. And yes, we will definitely concede. I hear that. But I'm not gonna lie, the firepower up front with man like Mbeumo and Cunha and Cisco, bro, they're doing a lot, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we can get to that point, yeah, we'll concede the goals, but I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we'll start outscoring the bro. It's 4 against Brighton, bro, at home.
It's not a regular occurrence, though, is it?
Well,
yeah,
hey,
but when did you see that though? We don't really see that. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying it hasn't happened loads.
And that shit literally shows you that we're creating the second highest amount of quality chances in the league, which is that's subjective fact. So like,
I don't have the quality up front to score now. That's another thing, bro. And when was his second goal? Rocket, like straight in. Do you know what I'm saying? His first goal, well taken as well, man, through the legs of was it Lewis Dunk? And then
Brummer's a beast.
bro, like, so the fact that we've got that, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I don't know if I'm just crazy here. Maybe we'll check back in and after this run of games, we'll see if I was the mad one here or not. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. I back myself and I back this team, man.
Bro, you know what the thing is? Yeah, sorry, Zayn. I just have to agree with you. Like, bro, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I was holding back my like excitement and happiness. I don't know why. Like, I'm just gonna lay it out. I completely agree with you, bro. Like, when
Man,
I'm
this
looking
is
at
space,
games,
bro. Don't worry,
I
man.
was saying, yeah, we're gonna lose games, but bro, we played the toughest fixtures of the season, really. Anfield away is the toughest game we're gonna play. Yeah. It always is just because they're our rivals. Whether they're good or not, that's a different question. That's always our hardest game of the fixture, our hardest game of the season. We played City away, second hardest fixture. Obviously, we haven't played Arsenal away yet, but we played Arsenal at home, another very difficult fixture. We played Chelsea at home, another very difficult fixture. Like, and we've done well in these games. We've beaten Chelsea. We've looked good against Arsenal. We've beaten Liverpool. Like, we got smoked against City. Fair enough. You'll lose whatever, some, but like, we've actually looked very good. We looked bad against Brentford, yeah, but we looked very good against Fulham. We should have won. I don't think we played that much better against, I don't know, who we played recently. I don't think we played that much better against, like, honestly, even Liverpool than we did play against Fulham. I think it just went our way. Against Fulham, it didn't. There's that penalty that goes in, whatever, that wins us the game. On a normal game, Bruno scores that. And, like, looking at the fixtures ahead, Forest away, bro, they're in the relegation zone. Like, Tottenham, right now, yeah, they look good.
Again
but,
on the weekend.
yeah, but, like, again, like...
New manager bounce and all that, bro. Like, they're not, trust me, they're still looking needy, bro. Like,
Yeah, I'm not Tottenham, they're looking all right.
Forest is
Everton
a
at
must
home is
win.
the game we never lose. Like, we literally haven't lost that in like 100 years or something crazy. Palace, away, that would be a tough game for sure. But I can see us sneaking out a victory or even losing, even if you lose that game, so what? But like, then we got West Ham at home, Wolves away. 100%, I see 6 points out of those two games. Bournemouth
that's
at
what
home,
I'm saying.
we should win that game. Like, I'm starting to feel that confidence that I used to have as a United fan going into games thinking we could win this game. We could win every game. But if we do, bro, where does this end? Because let's be honest. Like, the form we're showing at the moment, if we can keep that up, Zayn, bro, we're going to be quite comfortably second, third, quite comfortably in Champions League.
Well, if we win every single game, we should be first, isn't it?
No, well, yeah, I guess so. But listen,
you guys are talking. If we win every single match ever, then we'll be first at the end of the year.
You know what, Ernest, please dampen our our fire because it's getting too.
Well, you don't think we're gonna win every single game?
I don't know. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying. Obviously, don't get me wrong.
I think this squad.
I'm gassed. I'm gassed. I'm not insane, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling a bit insane. I'm flirting with the line of insanity right now. But don't get me wrong, I don't think we're gonna win every single game. But I can see us going on a really solid run. I can see that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not too afraid to say it. I can see us going on a very decent run now and actually picking up some serious points.
That's the thing. Like right now, we've got Mbeumo and Cunha and these man. They're only gonna improve. Like they're not gonna go backward. Like they've started off. They always start off the weakest. And Mbeumo looks like he hasn't started off weak at all. He's gonna carry on. He's not gonna get any worse. He might even get better. You know what I mean? Cunha again. He's only gonna get better. Sesko. He's only gonna get better. Yora's only going to get better. De Ligt is only 26, even though he's been about for ages. He can get better. He's moving into his prime. Bro, the team I'm looking at is really looking, okay, Bruno, yeah, he's amazing. He might go, but the way we've been signing players, I feel like we can do well with replacing him. Like, I feel like this team moving forward in the next year or two, I can really see us challenging, Arsenal and the Liverpools and the cities of the world for the titles. You know what I mean? I can really see that happening. Maybe obviously this season we're getting too ahead of ourselves, but generally over the next year or two, I could see us actually building a team that's good enough to challenge for titles. Oh my God. It's been so many years, bro. I've got married. I've had 2 kids since then, bro. I've lost my hairline since we last won a fucking league title, bro. JKT, bro, I beg you, just say something in it because I'm getting too gassed and I don't want to start doing it.
I do feel, I know what you mean. The confidence is there now. I feel a few weeks ago, you could have named any Prem game and I would have thought, I don't know about that one. I'm feeling a lot more confident now. Forest coming up and even Spurs, like you said, I'm feeling back to for the first time in a while, some confidence that, yeah, we can go to these teams and actually get a win. The way, obviously, there was a 10, 15, 20-minute spell against Brighton where it got nervy, but other than that, it was a comfortable win. Liverpool's always, no matter, you win there, but it's always going to be nervy. But we did the job. So I'm feeling like the confidence is there. Yeah, there's going to be times where we will get caught out. There's still certain things. Sometimes I think the midfield too press or too eager to press, and at times the defense doesn't follow that up, and there's sometimes too much of a big hole. We're still going to get caught out like that at times, but yeah, the confidence is there, and it looks like I think we'll continue a pretty good run now. With it was just a few odd defeats, draws, but I think we'll pick ourselves back up, which we didn't do last year. I think they've got it in them now to bounce back from a bad result and go back on a 3-4 game winning run or undefeated run, stuff like that. I think, yeah, the confidence is there now in this team.
So, listen, obviously we're getting gassed, but Ernst, where do you reckon this team could go? Do you think top 4 is possible? Do you think top 6 is likely? How are these performances made you feel? Do you still feel like we're still going to finish whatever 9th, 10th if we keep Amorim to the end of the season? Has it changed? Why do you feel?
I had top 8 at the start of the season. I reckon, listen, what's making me a bit more confident of a higher position is that the teams around us seem to also be struggling for points. So it's really tight on there. Like one win, you could be 3rd, and then you lose a game, you could be back to 10th. That's how tight it is on the table right now. And I also think what might kill us this year is AFCON. AFCON is going to be a big problem for us because our whole right side, where all of our chances really come from, is going to be gone.
Yeah, that is very true. As of now, I think
man, Onana will get them knocked out ASAP, man. Don't worry.
Onana, I need one more favor from you, buddy. One more favor, Onana.
I hear that. To be honest, AFCON will hurt. Obviously, it's 3 or 4 weeks. We lose Mbumo, we lose Ahmad, Mazraoui's gone. I feel like United haven't really ever been affected by AFCON like that.
Yeah, this year seems like it was hard.
Yeah, this is probably like one of the first years. But you know what? We've got a decent little squad in there. I'm hoping we'll be able to string together 3-4 games because really it will only be about 3-4 games. We're only playing 1 game a week, which helps. We ain't got no midweek games, which usually really intensifies around January. But yeah, I think hopefully we can get through that period. It starts in December or whatever. 1 game a week should be able to get through that. Just going back quickly to what we were saying before, the reason I think one of the reasons I'm so confident about, and so getting so gassed is like not just that we're beating the teams that are good or whatever, but it's the way we've beaten them. Actually looking tactically looking at the way we've beaten them, right? Like I've watched so many tactical breakdowns. I'm a bit of a, nerd when it comes to that type of stuff. I like looking at that stuff, and it seems like every single game we've won it in a different way. With Liverpool, we're going to go long. We're not even going to try and, And we targeted Van Dijk. Ruben Amorim targeted Van Dijk and said, win the drop downs from him. And Van Dijk looks like he's a worthy target. If you've seen what's happened since then, bro, he's a worthy target. Bambi's skating me. Bambi on ice, yeah? Amorim looks like he found him out early, yeah? And that's what we did in the first game. We went long. But even saying that, Liverpool only had 6 more long balls on us in that game. But you'll never hear the narrative that Liverpool went long. Anyway, Brighton, like they were like, okay, we want to try press you. We didn't allow them. We played straight through them. We didn't go long all the time. We did have the outlet of giving it back to Lamans and going long when we wanted to, but we didn't have to. We played through them. We actually played good football through them, right? And it was a different game. We didn't allow them to press. We set traps for them that they fell into, and we played well. And Sunderland, again, different game. We controlled the first half, dominated the game, created loads of chances. Second half, shut up shop, controlled possession. We're playing teams and we're beating them in different ways. It feels like Ruben Amorim's not only just doing this and showing, like, getting these wins. It feels like he's teaching this team that there's more than one way to win. And it looks like this team is learning that there's more than one way to win. And I think that's a real, real good attribute to have as a team. Yeah, not just that can you win, it's can you win in more than one way. But yeah, look, obviously there's still a long way to go. The season is still nice, fresh, and early. Let's just look ahead to the next game we got. Nottingham Forest away. JKT. They are currently in the bottom three, Nottingham Forest. They've got obviously Sean Dyche. He's only played 2 games in charge. He's had one in the Europa League where he's won 2-0 against a pretty good Porto team in terms of they were on a good run before they played them. Then they obviously lost this weekend in the Premier League. How do you feel going to the City ground? And are you confident of 3 points against Sean Dyche's Nottingham Forest?
I was more confident when it was Ange in charge. When I saw them make that sacking thing, it's just our luck that they get the manager bounce just in time for when we come round. But no, I still feel confident. I think, again, this is another game where the Sean Dyche team may be more likely to sit back. We might actually see if we can maybe it might be a few less long balls and more playing out from the back and playing through them. So it'd be good to see that style of play if we do. Obviously, I'll take whatever style he goes with as long as we get the win. But I'm still confident. I think we'll win. Hopefully, the front three continue the good form, get Sesko another goal. But yeah, I think I just got that confidence now that I think we will win. We will go there and win. I know they've had the manager bounce, but I think we'll be all right. I think we'll get a win.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to lie. I feel, again, like I said a second ago with Zayn, I feel pretty confident when it comes to the game. And I got to agree with you there, JKT. I feel confident of a win, man. Zayn, how are you feeling for that? How you feel? I know you've already said it pretty much, but how you feeling?
Bro, we're winning that game. I'm telling you, bro. You heard it here first, man. We're winning that game. I'll double down. I'll triple down. I don't care, bro. But listen, before even going to that, I think it's been 52 minutes almost, yeah, and I have not given my honorable mention I wanted to give to Mr. Bruno Fernandes for that dummy.
Oh,
that bro. I've watched that probably about 500 times since the weekend. I swear to God, it is. You know the little clip where he's looking, he sees where Mbeumo is, it pauses, shows the little, you know what I mean, the line of sight, and that, and then he tells, bro, I can't, man, I can't.
Yeah,
What a baller, man! Just what a baller.
mate, Bruno Fernandes, honest to God, what a man. I actually captained him on FPL. He didn't even get an assist for that, and he actually deserved to, because that dummy was naughty. That he also knew he knew exactly what was happening. If you watch the highlights, he scans his shoulder, gives it a little scan, sees Mbeumo's making a run. He knows exactly what's going to happen. What an intelligent footballer. That's proper world class. That, like, and Bruno Fernandes, season on season, he keeps performing. And like, one thing that I actually really liked, obviously not that he was my FPL captain, but the fact that he didn't get a goal or an assist, but we still won that game. We still scored 4 goals. That's something that's actually unheard of. Previous years, that would have never happened. Bruno Fernandes not getting a goal or an assist and Man United scoring 4 goals it would have never, ever happened. And it happened on Sunday and we did good for it.
Put it back to himself.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we've got a team on our hands, boys. We finally got a team on our hands. Let's just get into some of the comments before we end it. But okay, so I think he's already answered this, but Branica said, Ernest, what would it take for you to not be Amorim out? Go on, you might as well give a short one.
Keep it going until January. Even out the overall record.
Sweet. Branica, he says again, huge Bruno output though. He's still our main man. You know what?
He's always
he might still be our main man. But you know, if you look at the underlying stats for the rest of the game, he was literally topping everything else. I think it was like challenges won, you know, ball recoveries, passes forward. Like he was top on everything. Chances created, of course. So yeah, Bruno is the man. He is the man, and he won't stop being the man till he leaves Man United.
Yeah, he's going to be missed Man United for a lot of the new generation of fans.
Forest, yes, but then the run stops. Says at man_ get back to 5. No.
0-5.
And then he says, get back to 05. Says, you man are worse than the goodness right now, and they are winning the league. You're worse than the Gunners right now, I think he's trying to say, and they're winning the league. That is factually correct.
Further ahead.
Brannick says, our transfer policy has improved for sure. Wasn't much to improve from, though. I hear that. But that's kind of what I was saying, isn't it? It's been on the floor for years, and it's good to finally see that it's not. And these signings aren't all duds anymore. Yeah, Brandon Cole says Bruno's IQ is up there with the best, and yeah, that dummy, I think, proves it. Yeah. So obviously, guys, it was a great, absolutely fantastic performance on the weekend. Another one to add to the list. Another one. Yeah. Literally, I've watched Match of the Day about 5 or 6 times. My pot of Vaseline has taken an absolute beating.
That's crazy.
I've enjoyed it so much.
That is a wild statement, boy.
I'm waiting for 4 in a row. Nottingham
Keep it,
Forest.
bro.
I'll be waiting ready, mate. Yeah. If we win that 4 in a row, boys, I swear down, I'm gonna have to get a whole new pot of Vaseline. It's happening. I'm telling you.
Crazy. Now,
But no,
Forest is a must win.
Genuinely, boys, Forest. Obviously, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a watch along that. But yeah, we'll be, guys. We had some obviously clips that we put out on our TikTok as well of Cunha's goal, and of Casemiro's goal as well. Shout out Zayn in the stands catching that live footage. If you're not following us on TikTok, it's at United Front. Get on there right now. Give us a follow. We just hit over 3K followers on there. Thank you to everybody that's been following us on there, and thank you to everyone that's been obviously liking, subscribing. It means a lot to us. Guys, make sure you like the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be back on Thursday for another live video. I'm going to be dropping the enemy front this week for a Nottingham Forest fan. So keep it locked for there. And keep it locked to the socials as well. On Instagram, it's at united.front, at utd.front. And everywhere else is at United Front. Make sure you keep it locked. Keep it locked to the channel. And thank you for tuning in today and everybody that's been involved in the live chat. If you're watching this afterwards, get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think. How are we feeling about Nottingham Forest moving forward? And yeah, let us know what you want us to speak about in the next vid. We're back on Thursday. We'll see you then.
Peace.
Take care, everybody.
Peace.